Once upon a penguin. To Caroline and the gang, MB. Look at this lovely illustration, guys. Okay, let's do this. Ready? One day, on a cold and remote iceberg, Paco the penguin stumbled upon something. Now guys, it's an icy day for the penguins on the South Poles. Penguins of the South Poles, there's a little pirate penguin. There is a very cute penguin muffler and shorts. And there's Paco, and he stumbled upon something. It looks like something red. It looks like something red. It was big and red and flippy flappy in the middle. Was it a roof? A raft? A glider? A windbreaker? A bottom warmer? A hat? That thing didn't do very much, and other penguins quickly lost interest. Now guys, what's that red flippy flappy thing? It doesn't do much, it doesn't say much, and it's just not making sense, and everybody's losing interest but Paco. But Paco's curiosity grew and grew. He started at the big red flippy floppy thing, trying hard to figure it out. And as the days then weeks went by, the little marks started to make sense. Paco was a very clever penguin, guys. Now as you can see, that's a very flippy floppy red thing which doesn't do much, but it contains pictures and it contains words. And as you can see now, Paco is trying to figure it out. Paco is trying to figure this red flippy flappy thing, and he is a very clever penguin. He's a very clever penguin. From that day on, Paco always had his head buried deep in the thing. When the other penguins looked for shelter, he'd say, "I'm on a tropical island, there's no snow here." At dinner time, he'd say, "I'm not hungry, I'm eating an ice cream with a princess." And at bedtime, he'd say, "I can't go to bed yet, we're flying to the moon in a spaceship." The penguins were very confused. A tropical island? A princess? A spaceship? What is going on? What is Paco talking about? What is he doing with that red flippy flappy thing all day and talking rubbish? What is he doing? Now every penguin is very interested and very curious, guys, and Paco is having fun with his red flippy flappy thing. And they are all wondering, where? What are you talking about? A tropical island? A princess? A spaceship? Where? "It's all in here," Paco explained. "Inside the big red flippy flappy thing. Listen." Now guys, everybody's interested because Paco is interested, and well, apparently everything is in there. It's a very big red flippy flappy thing. So Paco began to tell about them. Amazing people, faraway lands, and magical creatures. It was exciting, surprising, and sometimes a little scary. And when he turned the very last page, "We want more!" cried the penguins. Oh, guys, now he's sharing his adventures. There are lots of adventures and stories in a big red flippy flappy thing. A very cute ones, very funny ones, magical ones, scary ones. But then again, when he turned the very last page, everybody wanted more. There isn't any more, said Paco sadly. There is only one big red flippy flappy thing. But wait a minute. What was this? Property of Anton Library, read Paco. Who is Anton Library? Asked the penguins. I don't know. But let's find him. He might have more big red flippy flappy things. Now guys, it looks like the big red flippy flappy thing is the property of Anton Library. And the penguins are very curious. We have to find this Anton Library person because he might have some more of these things. They are very, very interested, guys. The penguins liked the idea very much, so off they went across the sea. Now guys, they're going on an adventure to find this Anton Library person, and we'll find more of this red flippy flappy thing. And Mr. Cute Whale is giving them a ride. Look at that. Every one of them is hopping on, going on an adventure. Look at that. Anton, over the mountains and through thick leafy jungles. Now guys, they are just on a journey to find this Anton Library person, to find this more of this big red flappy thing, and they're searching everywhere. Anton, they are searching everywhere. Look at that. Until eventually they arrived in a city. How different it was from Paco's cold, remote iceberg. Now guys, they're in the city with big, tall building looking things with lots of hundreds of windows, and there are lots of sounds. Beep, 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 beep. Uh-oh. It was crowded and noisy, and everybody waddled so fast. Why won't anyone stop? Cried Paco. Now guys, they reached somewhere very busy, and they're trying to find this red big flappy thing, and they reached a faraway land where things are very, very busy. Very busy. And suddenly, they spotted a familiar face. Princess! Guys, there's a princess from the big red flappy thing. Well, she looks like her. And look at that. They are here. Who took them to Anton Library? Now, guys, they're here. Anton Library, and look at that. Penguins are here. And this little princess is showing them the way. Well, this is the place that you all are looking for. Anton Library was not what penguins had expected. No legs, no arms, no head. Anton Library wasn't a person at all. But it did have lots of big flippy flappy things in all different colors. Now guys, they reached this Anton Library place, and it's not a person. It doesn't have a head, leg, arms or head, but it did have the big red flappy things, but on different colors. These are books, said the princess. Let's read. Now guys, look at that. They are here. They're at the library, and they are reading books together. Well, they're reading big red colorful things together. So they did, right until closing time. Once upon a penguin. Look at that. They're all reading together. Closing time? Cried Paco. But I have to know how the story ends. You can take it home, said the princess. Everyone can borrow books from a library. Everyone can borrow books from a library. Look at that. There they are. And as more and more books traveled back and forth, Paco's little rock no longer seemed cold and remote. Look at that, guys. Now books are here, from all across the world, and Paco and his friends have figured out a way to bring more flappy things there, as you can see. And everybody is having an adventure with their red, green, blue flappy things. They're all reading, they're all imagining, and they're all having fun. All thanks to a big red flippy flappy thing. Now guys, it started with a red flippy flappy thing for Paco, and it ended to be green, blue, yellow, red. Everyone have their own flippy flappy thing, guys, and look at that. That's an adventure. Paco's adventure of finding treasure. Paco's adventure of finding treasure, guys. Look at that. Once upon a penguin, and that's Paco and his book. Paco's and his book. Look at that. Paco the penguin has never seen a book before until one day a stranger flippy flappy thing appears on his iceberg, and Paco's world is transformed, just like ours. Paco's world is transformed, guys, and everybody can borrow a book from library. And I did borrow this book from library as well. And I really like to thank Canterbury Bankstown Council Library for, libraries for letting me borrow every book that I read in my story times. And this is so amazing. A fun-filled celebration of reading that will delight every little book lover. Now this book is dedicated to every little book lover, guys. Once Upon a Penguin by Magda Brol.